Okay, so hopefully you already watched the video of the Bill Nye pot experiment for those of you at home. Let's think a little bit about the three different kinds of variables that might be in a science experiment. So we have the controls. Those are the things that you control. You keep them the same so that it doesn't mess up any of your results. And in this particular experiment, think about the things that had to be the same from one pot to the other pot, okay? So think about that for a moment. What has to be the same? Okay, so what needs to be the same is that we need to have the same exact type of pot made out of the same materials, because some materials can heat up faster or slower depending on what they are. So it has to be the same exact pot. Think about what else might have to be the same. We also need to have the same amount of water that starts at the same exact temperature. If we have one pot that starts with a full container of water, a full pot of water, and the other container has only a small amount of water, well, obviously the container with the small amount of water will heat up faster because there's not as much water to heat up in the first place. So we need the same exact pot, the same amount of water, starting at the same exact temperature. Those are the two biggest controls that we need to be able to control variables. Now the other type of variable is going to be called the independent variable. The independent variable is the thing that you change to see if your hypothesis is correct or not, or proven or disproven. And in this particular experiment, the thing that we are changing is the lid, either lid or no lid. Okay, so the independent variable, the thing we change in this experiment is lid, no lid. That's the only change. Okay, and then the last type of variable is called the dependent variable. And the dependent variable is going to be what we're measuring. Okay, sometimes in experiment it might be length. So maybe you're measuring in inches or centimeters. Sometimes it might be time, and that's what it is in this experiment. We're measuring the amount of time that it takes to get to boiling from one pot to the other pot to see if the lid or no lid makes a difference. So let's review. Controls, things that you keep the same. In this experiment, we needed to have the same exact pot, the same amount of water, at the same temperature to start. Then we have our independent variables. The independent variable for this is lid, no lid, the thing that you change to test your hypothesis. And then lastly, we have the dependent variable. The dependent variable is going to be what you measure. And in this particular experiment, it was time. How long did it take for the pot to boil, or each pot to boil? Did the lid or no lid boil faster?